Okay, this is going to be a quick comparison for the Droid X, which is my new phone, and my old phone, the Droid Incredible. First of all, we're going to boot both these phones up. Alright. Keep in mind, this one is unrooted and unmodified. It's not running Cyanogen. It's not running some Froyo HTC Sense version. It's just running stock. It's not even running the leaked version of that, the one that gives you 720p capability for the camcorder. It's not even running that. And this one, of course, isn't running anything since there's currently no hacks for the Droid X. One thing I did notice, actually, I didn't get a chance to notice this before, but there's a difference in screen. I still love this AMOLED when you're indoors. When you're outdoors, it's a different story. In that case, I prefer the... Oh, it looks like they both kicked in about the same time. Keep in mind, though, this one's... like, I just did a clear storage on it, so it's brand new. Actually, this one hasn't finished yet. Still trying to load the weather widget. If you're wondering how I got that weather widget in there, there's a application called weather and toggle widgets. Just get that from the marketplace. It's like $2. And then if you go into here, I'll launch it real quick. You actually launch the application and you go all the way down to where it says clock skin downloader. The second one is H7C-clock. Download that one. Once you download that one, click this one that says install clock from zip. Choose it and then hit OK, and it's going to give you that like similar look to HTC Sense's clock, which is something I like. It's kind of the only thing that I like right now from HTC Sense. I don't know if it's just from using it so much, but I got kind of bored of it. I'm sick and tired of all this. And currently the Cyanogen, currently all the Cyanogen ROMs, it's not very stable on the Droid Incredible. But that is something that I like about the Droid Incredible, because it currently is hackable. This one isn't. This one you can change. There's talks about even changing the bootloader itself. I know you can downgrade the bootloader, and I'll show you that in another video. But right now, what I want to do is I want to run a program called Quadrant. Typically, I run a program called Impact, but this one gives you a more graphical look. Where's Quadrant? Q's, of course. There it is. Alright, we're going to do a full bench. Run a full benchmark, and then watch them go. Both of them run a 1 GHz processor. The only difference is this one runs a different processor. It's an OMAP one. This one runs the famous Snapdragon, which is pretty good. But actually, the 3 processors are coming out that I know of this year, which is this one, the OMAP, which is the one that ran on the original Droid. This one, the Qualcomm Snapdragon. The Snapdragon is actually the weakest one. This one comes in second place, arguable. And then there's a new one from Samsung called the what does that one run? It's called the Hummingbird, but it's also a 1 GHz processor. That one's actually faster. The difference is not just the clock speed itself, which because they're all 3 of them are 1 GHz, but the GPUs that are in it. See, if you can tell, this runs a lot smoother than that one, even though this one looks better because it's AMOLED. I don't know if you can tell right now. If you can read the bottom, see this one, the Droid Incredible is barely hitting 8 and 9 frames per second. This one was hitting 30. And look at the results. Your device 1271. The only thing faster than this is the Nexus 1 that runs at 2.2. The Droid Incredible right now is stock. It's running 544. And you can tell that the Droid X is a lot better as far as that benchmark was concerned. Now you may be saying, like, yeah, okay, but if you put the Cyanogen 2.2 version on this phone, you can get closer speeds to this and even surpass it. That's true. But then what happens when you put Android 2.2 on this one? Because this one's still 2.1. So hopefully within the next month they'll release 2.2, and it's going to be even faster than what the top one is right now, which is the Nexus 1. Let's go back home. Look at that. It's very slick. One thing I actually do want to also open up. It's I know you guys are going to be asking me where to get this application, and I'll make another video on this separately. But because it deserves its own application. It's called Demo Player. It's actually rock-based player, but this is like the trial version of it. Let me go launch both these at the same time. No, that's not it. Let me go to media, movies. It's actually the movie Grown Ups. I'm going to leave the little thing up here just to show you how fast it's going. It's going about 24 frames per second. Both of them are actually. But you can, it looks so much better. Just, I mean, it has to be because of the. Sorry. I accidentally turned on the voice command on this one down here. Sorry. This is Grown Ups. Let me make this full screen. Let me actually take that little frame stuff off since they're both running the same. How funny. Let me just go back home. The only one actual annoyance of this one is that they switched the buttons down here. I don't know if you can tell, but there's a little house menu, which the little house means home, obviously. Back and then search. And this one has it menu then home, so it gets a little bit getting used to. It's actually pretty cool though, because on this phone there's actual buttons, unlike these capacitive button things right here, where you just have to put your finger over it and it'll register. And this one's an actual button you have to press down. So far they're both well, equally thin, except for with the exception of the hump. But I actually enjoy the hump. The difference is, like I had said in the past, it's on the Droid Incredible, the camera sticks out. So when you try to put it face down, you can actually scratch the camera lens, or not the lens itself, but the little plastic thing outside. And on this one, even though it does have the hump, and it is going to go, if you put it face down, it is going to be flat against the surface itself. But because it doesn't stick out, and it's actually kind of in, I wouldn't actually touch it, as long as it's a flat surface. One thing, I know this is a little stupid, but for this phone, the memory card's located here. Okay. This one, it's really stupid where I hate this design. I hate the way this thing comes out. Maybe it has to do with the fact that, like, on the original Droid, the back door kept coming out, like, it came out pretty fast. But they have this little pull tab thing, because the card's located here. So you have to pull this thing out in order to get the battery out. Then you can pull out the card, which is stupid. I hate that. I mean, not just because you have to pull the battery out, but because it has this little thing on there. Like, you have to pull this thing, and if this thing ever rips, then you're going to have to be using like a screwdriver or some sort of hard flat surface to pull that out. I know, they're little things, but still, should have implemented that a little bit better. Just like HTC, just have it on the side so you can just click it on and off so you want to switch cards. I mean, I know a lot of people don't actually do that, but still. And that ends our... Oh, one more thing. As far as reception, I've noticed there's better reception on the... I don't know if you can tell right now. There's actually 2 bars on this one, and there's one on the Droid Incredible. If you didn't know, the Droid X actually has 2 different antennas in it. Oh, look at this one just shot back up to 2. I've noticed that though. The Droid Incredible has very spotty coverage. Like some places you'll have 4, other places you'll have 3. With this phone, it's crazy, and then it'll just drop once you actually make a call. Like, it'll display 4 bars, but as soon as you make a call, it'll drop it to 2. Probably has like the Apple effect or something. Anyways, thank you for viewing my review. I'm going to be doing some other videos on this one right now, so stay tuned.